This is Dan from Gear Diary. This is the ContourRoam2 sports camera. This is the ContourRoam2 waterproof HD action camera. It has an MSRP of $199.99. It comes in 4 different colors. It is simple to use. It takes really cool action video. So let's crack open the box and let's take a look at what's inside. So the unboxing experience is nothing special, but inside you get a camera that is really quite special. You get the camera itself, you get a quick manual and the URL to actually get going on it. This explains how to use it. It's not complicated, but actually you will want to read it because it doesn't work quite the way other cameras do. You get this little safety lanyard so you can make sure that if it does for some reason slip, it doesn't fall to the ground and break. You get this side mount. We'll take a look at that in a second. You get this additional mount. Let me pull this out. This is the actual adhesive plate that actually mounts on the object that you're going to be using, and then this is the mount that goes onto the camera itself. You get this USB to mini USB cable, and you get a protective carrying bag. So this is the ContourRoam2. You can see the size of it based upon my hand, or you can see the size compared to an iPod Touch. It's small, it's compact, and it doesn't have a lot of controls, which is actually a good thing. So on the top you've got this slider and this toggle. You've got a lens cap, and you can see, let me bring it up closer. You can see that this is 0 degrees. You can actually rotate the lens and it'll actually allow you, for example, you're shooting with the camera mounted this way, you can rotate to 90 degrees and it'll actually, the video will come out as if you actually were holding the camera this way. So that's really a nice feature. On the bottom, you've got a standard screw mount, really, really helpful. You've got the on-off indicator light here. You've got a microphone, and you also have a laser mounted in here. We'll take a look at that in a second. And you can see there are really no buttons anywhere except for back here. So here on the back, this is the lock. So that'll lock this from moving up and down. And you've got the status indicator button here. If you push the status indicator, it actually turns on a laser. For 15 seconds, you can actually make sure that you're shooting what you want to be shooting. If you pop open the back, here inside, let's see if we can get a good shot at this. That's the indicator that's on and off. Inside the back, you've got the mini USB port for charging and for pulling video off using the free downloadable software. Down here, you've got a formatting button. Here you've got a micro SD slot. The camera ships with a 4 gigabyte micro SD card, but it can handle up to 32 gigabytes. You've got your reset button up here as well. So this camera, to turn it on, it's really incredibly simple. You simply go like that. The camera is now shooting video, which is great because if you have the camera, for example, mounted on a helmet, you can't be looking for buttons. So all you do is reach up and wait for the beep and you're good. When you're done, now it tells you that you're off. So super simple, able to be mounted. Let's talk about the mounts just for a second. You can actually mount this on any flat surface, and then what you'll want to do is take the camera and just slide the camera like this. Now it's locked in place, and the camera's not going anywhere because of the mechanism, which is, let me pull this out, which really locks it in place in that way. You can get additional mounting brackets, but they're really rather expensive. So you may want to consider sparingly using the included brackets because otherwise it's going to actually cost you a good bit of money. So you mount like that, and now the camera is going to be held here, and it's not going anywhere. So let's talk about the specs on the ContourRoam2. It can shoot full HD, it can shoot tall HD, it can shoot Action HD, all the way up to 30 frames per second. It can also take 5 megapixel still shots as you're recording the video. That is easiest set up using the free downloadable software before you go out to shoot. But once you do, you can take pictures every 1, 3, 5, 10, 30, or 60 seconds as you're going along. The onboard battery gives you about 3.5 hours of continuous video shooting, so plenty for most activities. It has a 170-degree wide-angle lens, and there's, as I mentioned, a rotation of up to 270 degrees, so that no matter how you're positioning the camera, you'll actually get a vertical shot of whatever it is that you're trying to capture. It comes with that 4 gigabyte micro SD card, but it'll handle up to 32 gigabytes. So it's a pretty well-spec'd camera, and this camera is waterproof up to 1 meter. That's about 3 feet. If you want to go deeper than that, you can actually buy a waterproof case for it, and that will allow you to go down to 60 meters. Yes, 60 meters. So this is the type of camera that when we are in Aruba next year, we're going to go snorkeling with this camera next time and see what type of video we get, because it is an HD camera. So this What's really neat about the ContourRoam2 is that you can actually mount it on a monopod the way I am now, and you can actually record yourself doing things and walking around, running around, doing whatever you want, and then you can actually flip it around and just take a look at everything. The camera is small, it's simple, it takes great video. You can actually set it up so that it takes pictures as well. There's some free software to download that allows you to actually manipulate and configure the camera itself. This is the ContourRoam2 action camera. It's waterproof, it's mountable, it's really easy to use. And this is our video look. And I'm Dizzy.